Hello there guys, welcome back to a new video. You can see Sophie's head there. I don't know if you can tell by the thumbnail of this video and the title of this video, but today this video is going to be my life in a nutshell. I don't know why I'm filming like this, but let's jump into today's video. I can't reach the stop button. So now you're probably wondering, why am I doing this video now? Well, you've seen that I'm into cars, you've seen that I've got a beautiful girlfriend who is currently playing my Xbox and eating a Mars bar. She's been very quiet though, so it's all good. You've seen some of the stuff that I'm interested in and other bits and bobs, but I've never actually properly introduced myself. So this video is going to be me introducing myself and just a bit of my background history. Now I'm going to try and film this skit without my camera falling over because I am sitting on my bed. So, I was born on the 2nd of April 1999, which makes me 19 years old. Mentally I'm 8 though, as you could probably tell by some of my videos. And I was born in good old Chatham, which, believe it or not, we've been there in a lot of my videos. Well, a couple of them. The shopping videos is where we went. We went to Chatham. After I was born, that hospital got knocked down and now it's a council estate. So that proves how good Chatham is. So that is fact one about me. Second fact about me, and this is where I live. No, you guys cannot come knocking at my door, because I'm not going to tell you exactly where I live. But I live, if you haven't already Google mapped where Chatham is, I live in a county called Kent, which is in the southeast of England. It is probably the most chaviest and ridiculous county to live in the whole of England, but I live there in a town full of weird people. Third fact, I have one sister. She's very annoying and she's 10 and she keeps on wanting to be in my videos, so if you want to see her in my videos, press the like button. Sorry, burp. So, in relation to where I was born and where I live in this house, which you can only see my bedroom and my parents' bedroom there. This is the only house I've ever actually lived in. I've never moved house. My parents have lived in this house for like 24 years, I think. Don't know. Fact number 5.
You've lost count.
I've lost count, as girlfriend Missy Sophie over there said.
Yes.
Fact number whatever I'm on. My school history. My first school was called Homewood Infant School. It was a very boring school. It was a rubbish school. However, it had nice teachers, but loads of bullies. I then very successfully finished that school and went to a school called Barrow Grove Junior School, which then changed to Woodgrove Junior School, which is now changed to Westlands Primary School. I don't know why it changed names so many times, but I went there and that school was even worse than the first school. I absolutely hated it. However, I had a couple of funny memories, but nothing too serious and nothing really to talk about. And then I grew up to be a big boy and I went to my secondary school called SCC. For the first year or so I was very wanted, you know, I was very hard working and used to be a good boy and get all my homework done on time and all that kind of stuff. As you can tell, I am bored by talking about this because I'm laying on my bed falling asleep right now because it was such a crap time. Anyway, after them couple of years of me being a good boy, I thought, screw it, this is shite, I'm not learning anything, and gave up. Therefore, I ended up just skimming my GCSEs. As you can see, this weird person of mine is concentrating on something.
I could feel it before you started filming.
Right, bless you in the comments. Yeah, whilst at SEC, which was a very boring school, I met this beautiful girlie.
I wouldn't say beautiful, but okay.
Like this video, she thinks she's beautiful. Anyway, yeah, I met her.
Her?
Yeah. And we've now been together for like 4 years, as you could tell by a couple of videos ago. So yeah, that was probably the only good bit that actually happened in this school. And then I passed all my GCSEs and blah 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 stuff, which was I don't know what blah 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 stuff is, but yeah, I passed that and then moved to college, and I went to the college that everyone goes to in Kent, called Canterbury College, and studied 2 years of science.
I weren't.
Which, yes, means I'm a nerd. And yes, it was an extended diploma. Getting shot. There we go. And yes, I did actually try. And finally, I did actually enjoy it. Whilst at Canterbury College, that is when my life changed most significantly. At Canterbury College throughout the 2 years, I had 2 jobs. The first job, which I ironically covered the first year of college, was being a canvasser for a charity. I'm not going to give any names there just in case you try and research stuff. But I was a canvasser for a charity. In fact, talking of which, my old uniform, or a bit of it, is that high-vis. Which was okay. It worked on commission, so I had to work bloody hard for my money. I did it 2 days a week, and I actually didn't do too bad out of them 2 days a week. And whilst doing that job, I also started driving lessons. So I was paying for my commute to college because I had to catch a train 3 days a week, and paying for driving lessons, which happened once a week. So at the age of 17, I was already having 2 outgoings whilst on next to no money. I then finished all the areas I could possibly door knock, that I could reach too easily, because obviously, bearing in mind I was not driving at this point, so it was kind of hard for me to get about. But I finished door knocking all the areas I could and moved on to a new job, which was at a party shop called Legs Galore. That job was literally a roller coaster of emotions. Some days I enjoyed it, some days I hated it, and my arm just twitched, if you're wondering why I'm shaking. And other days I literally was scared to go there. However, in the end of it, it was actually an alright job. It was quite fun, quite active. I worked there for just over a year, and in that year I actually learned a fair bit, including not to be a moron and be blind. No offence to blind people, by the way, but I had a serious lack of attention. I still kind of do now. It's not
got any better.
And it's not intentional. It's just how I am. So it taught me to actually try and stay focused as well. And whilst working there, I did pass my test. I was on slightly better money than I was with door knocking, and I got my first car on the road. So if you are new to this channel, you will know that my first car is the car I drive in nearly every video, which is a 2004 Toyota Yaris T-Sport 1.5 VVTi, which stands for Variable Valve Timing Injection, I believe. It's not a bad car for a first car, but it's not the best car. And it's a pretty alright car considering cost of insurance and stuff like that to have as a first car in the UK, because insurance is one big scam and it's extortionate in money. My insurance for my car was actually just £76 a month for my first year. Sadly, that was black boxed. But yeah, so that's my first car. I've still got it now. I've had it for a year and 4 months. Yeah, year and 4 months I've had it. So if you're into cars, stay on this channel if this is the first video you've watched. There's plenty more to come with that. I then graduated college and passed everything with flying colours. The course I did gave me 3 results instead of just 2 like a normal diploma. So I got a distinction merit, which is almost as good as I could get. And with that, I then moved on to an apprenticeship, which is where I currently work at the moment, and which is why I'm always saying that I've got no money. Yes, apprenticeship wage is pretty poor. I'm on just above apprenticeship wage and it's still pretty poor, but it's a job. I do kind of enjoy it, kind of don't. Have days where I don't, days where I do. However, it has taught me an awful lot, and I'm actually quite happy I've done the apprenticeship and worked where I've worked. I've worked with a lovely team of people, and I know a couple of them are probably watching these videos, so big shout out to you guys. You guys are amazing and make my day-to-day life amazing as well. So yeah, I've worked there, still working there, and I don't know what exactly is going to be happening once my apprenticeship finishes. However, as soon as I know, you guys will know. Anyway, we're going to rewind a few years again. Now I've told you about my school and educational life, and we're going to go back to when I was driving, learning to drive. When I was learning to drive, it took me 2 times to pass my theory, purely for the fact that I failed on my hazard perception. For those of you that don't live in the UK and don't know what I'm on about, over here we have to do a kind of pre-test on computers. It's split into 2 parts. It's questions and answers and a hazard perception. The questions and answers I passed with flying colours because I revised them a fair bit. The hazard perception I'd never ever revised until the first time I took that. So yeah, I passed with flying colours on the questions and failed by I think about 5 points on the hazard perception. For the hazard perception, all you basically have to do is you have to click the mouse when you see a hazard coming up. The sooner you realise that hazard, the more points you score, and then that's what gets you through and allows you to pass. So anyway, I went back, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks later, and managed to pass both of them with flying colours, with only having revised the hazard perception for a maximum of a day. So yeah, that then got that out of the way, and I shot forward with the rest of my lessons. Now I don't know what point of which this comes in, but I have actually had 2 instructors. First instructor kicks me off because I was supposedly a dangerous driver, which was an absolute lie, considering the fact that I couldn't drive his car, and I still hate him for it now. The reason why I couldn't drive his car was because the clutch bite was that high. I had to undo the sunroof and put my knee out the blooming sunroof to actually find the clutch bite. It was near enough impossible. So if you're watching this, then I still hate you. And I've passed now, so I don't need. Hate is a very strong word, yes. So I don't need to worry about you anymore, you silly moron. So then I moved on to a new instructor who was actually a self-employed one, because the first one I was with a company. I'm not going to give names of companies and stuff like that, because then that will just make it easier for you guys to know where I live. So yeah, I moved on to a private instructor, shall I say, or self-employed, or whatever you want to say, who had a beautiful car to drive. It was a 2015.
So you say you're not going to tell them where you are, but then you tell them the car.
But every driving instructor uses this car.
No.
If you can't hear her, she's basically saying that I'm now telling you guys the car. And that is going to make it easier for you guys to know where to live, considering the fact there are millions of Ford Fiestas on the road, which is just what I was learning in. It was a 2015 Ford Fiesta Titanium model, 1.4 turbo diesel, and it was a beautiful car to drive. It really was. I enjoyed driving it. I was with him for about 5 months, I think I was with him. Of which case I was basically just polishing up what I learnt with my old instructor, which was not a lot, and then he just basically let me drive around for ages, taught me a couple of other little bits, and I managed to pass. Now, admittedly, it did take me 3 attempts to pass. However, I class it as I passed first time, and here are the reasons why. quick position change because I got uncomfortable. But yeah, so my first test, I failed for being stuck in traffic. Yes, that is very stupid. Basically, I was at a mini roundabout and it had 5 exits off of it. It had one to the right of where I was sitting, which is the one I had to take. The road that I was on, I think it had 2 roads that went off diagonally either way like that, and 1 road straight on. This roundabout was seriously congested and there was loads of traffic about, and if I would have pulled onto the roundabout, I would have blocked the roundabout and failed for blocking the roundabout. So I held back at my junction and I supposedly failed for hesitation, considering the fact that the turning I had to take was completely full of traffic, and as I just said, I would have blocked the roundabout. So therefore I could not have really won. Therefore I don't really class that as a fail, I just class that as the examiner being a moron. So this happened in November of 2016. I think it was November. Yes, it was November. This happened in November 2016. So I've obviously failed my test, got back to mine, booked another one as soon as I could. This was for January 2017. I think that the exact date was like January the 7th or 8th, somewhere around there. Of which case, the whole of that time I was waiting, I did not drive once. So obviously I went a couple of months without driving, forgot some of the basic stuff such as regularly checking your mirrors and other bits and bobs like that. Like, I didn't forget anything major, it's just literally odd little bits. And literally got chucked straight into my test. So my driving instructor picked me up, drove me close to where my test was, let me have a quick drive around so I could learn the car again, and have a little bit of a practice. Then I went straight into my test. And I failed that test because I had consistently forgot what I had forgot, or forgot to do what I had forgot, if you get what I mean. So regularly checking mirrors and stuff like that. Therefore, I would not class that as a fail either, assuming as I didn't have, I had like 2-3 months of not driving. And then finally, third time lucky, which is why my lucky number is number 3. Because I always believe in third time lucky and all them other morals. I passed with flying colours. I think I only had 5 minors, which you're allowed a maximum of 12, I think it was. I had 5 minors, which, okay, no one's perfect. But yeah, I passed, and then I got the exciting job of buying my first car. Now, I'm not going to talk much about buying my first car. I could probably leave that for a separate video. If you want to see that as a separate video, comment down below, like this video. And then I will make a how I bought my first car video. But yeah, it took me 3 weeks to find my first car. I'm not going to tell you what I was initially looking at, because like I said, I want to explain it properly in another video. If you guys want to see that, then like I said, like, comment. But yeah, it took me 3 weeks to find my car. Then I found the car that I've got now. Realised I could insure it, and yeah, it just went downhill from there. That's all I'm saying. And I really do want to tell you guys, but it's up to you guys, because you guys have got to leave a like on this video and comment down below saying you want to see it. So please let me know if you do, and I will make that video. It's quite a funny story, and you guys will enjoy it as well. So yes. So yeah, got my first car on the road, drove about, and then I had my car on the road for a month and a half, and had my first bump in it. Not my fault. Basically, I was literally at the top of my road. How annoying is that, right? But I was at the top of my road, and I got sideswiped by a van. Basically, there was this big, long wheelbase, long extended back Mercedes Sprinter kind of van. He tried to squeeze between my car and a path, considering in fact the path was empty, so he could have bumped his van up and gone round me, but he didn't. He tried to squeeze between us, caught the rear of my car, and that's the reason why I've got the scuff on the back of my car that you've probably seen in many videos. And then a few more months passed, a few changes happened to the car. If you want to know what exactly has changed, I can explain that in another video as well. I'm not going to tell you guys to like and comment down below if you want to see that, but I will probably just make another video. So yeah, a few months passed, a few changes to the car happened, blah blah blah, and then I had another bump in the exact same spot on my car but different location. This was in fact outside my mum's workplace. How embarrassing again. Where basically me and this person sort of reversed into each other. However, that is another really annoying story that I'll tell you in another video. This one was not so good. This one was in fact really such a wind up, but I learned such a big and valuable lesson from it. So if you guys do want to see that, then tell me down below again, because I want to make this video, but I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger with it and get your guys' interaction, because I love your guys' interaction. I love it when new comments come up. So yeah, if you want to see that, let me know, please, 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 because that's another funny video. So yeah. So yeah, now you've learned a bit about my driving history and you've heard a couple of brief funny stories. I'm probably going to move on to another quick subject. So now we're going to rewind the years back again to 4 years ago when I met this beautiful little specimen sitting next to me. Hello, darling. So yeah, obviously we met back in secondary school, got together back in secondary school. That was a bit of a funny story. Do we tell them about it, or do we let them comment down below and we'll tell them in another video? What would you make the decision? What do they do?
Comment down below.
So yeah, you heard it. Comment down below if you want to hear that story. This one I actually feel quite bad on, and it hurts me to tell you guys, but it's quite, in a way, an emotional story. I forgot I got you off camera. I'm sorry. You're back on camera now. But yeah, if you want to know that story, comment down below. But yeah, I got with her on her birthday 4 years ago.
Got with me in year 9, then we broke up. Start from that.
No, because that's supposed to be the comment down below part of the video.
Okay. Yeah, okay, go on then.
Just ruin it for you now. But yeah, so we got together 4 years ago on her birthday. It was a birthday surprise kind of thing. I think I explained it in her birthday surprise video that I did a couple of videos ago. I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, we got together on her birthday. Had a nice day out with friends, went to the cinema.
Watched Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Yeah, the movie. Really good movie as well.
The movie.
I don't believe that's 4 years old.
I know.
Bloody hell. But yeah, we went to the cinema, saw that with a couple of friends. Went to the beach, had a bit of food, all that kind of blah 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 kind of stuff. And then obviously we've been together ever since then. So yeah, we got together on her birthday, as I said. We've been together ever since. We've had many memories together, and she was also a part of me choosing my first car as well. I will have to admit that. So that proves how much we've done with each other. I'm not going to go into too much detail about our relationship, because I could talk all day. But yeah, so I'm going to think if there's any more topics. If not, then I'll end the video, but hey ho. And now she's disappeared. Actually, no, she hasn't. She's just down here. She's falling asleep. So yeah, that kind of gives an outline of how I came about. I'm pretty sure there's other bits that I can add, but I really can't think at the moment. I've had a long week and another long weekend. Stop wiggling, you're moving the camera. But yeah, so I'm going to end today's video here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you now learn a little bit more. In fact, if you want, should I say, a kind of like life story series kind of thing, where I tell you about random funny events, random scary events, whatever that's happened throughout my life, please let me know down below. I'm more than happy to start a series on it. Maybe it could be something I do once a week, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm more than happy to do anything like that. It'll be...
Comment down below if you reckon we should wax his legs with duct tape.
Don't comment down below for that, because you'll probably like comment and destroy the comments.
But yeah, we can, I can / we can think up of random funny events that's happened throughout my life and explain it to you in a quick short video like this one. So yeah, comment down below if you want to see a series like that. I'll be more than happy to do it. I could do it, like I said, once a week, once a month, whenever would be best to suit you. But other than that, I'm going to say bye, and she's going to tell you guys what to do like she usually does at the end of the videos.
Like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to click that notification bell.
So yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video, or I will, I don't know yet. Don't know what it's going to be yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. No, I'm joking. Still the same video, I forgot to mention something.
Spat on me.
Sorry. As I mentioned a couple of videos ago, or last video, or whatever, I said about an Instagram Q&A. I'm going to put a picture up. In fact, I'm going to pause the video and put a picture up right now. So what I want you to do is you're an idiot. I want you to... Don't do it again. I'm trying to have a serious chat with my homies here.
No.
So yeah, what I want you to... Stop! Now all that's over. But what I want you guys to do is I want you to comment on that video I just showed you on the screen. Not the video. The picture on Instagram that I showed you on the screen. My Instagram name tag at thingy is down below where it usually is. I will put it on the screen as well, probably here. I'll make sure I do it this time because I realised I said that last video but didn't do it. So yeah, I'll put my Instagram name there. Go leave me a follow and comment on the picture I showed you a random question you want to know, or just a random question you want to ask, or whatever, and I'll answer every single question in a Q&A once I've got enough interest. So please, 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 please be sure to do so. It'll be very much appreciated. But now we're actually going to go. So like Sophie said, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, blah, 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 blah. And I'll see you guys in the next video for good this time. Bye!